Hello and welcome. This session has been recorded and we will share the recording by email with everyone registered. So just a quick reminder here, you have two buttons on the bottom, the chat and the reaction button. You can use it. Please feel free to use them anytime. And as all of our presentations here at Royal Roads University, we'd like to begin by acknowledging that we are located in the traditional lands of the Kusapsun and Lekwungen families, and it has been a long tradition of teaching and learning on these lands. Francisco Levi, and I'm an education specialist here at Royal Roads University. I'm so excited to be here with Calvin Roberts, Associate Director of the Professional and Continuing Studies, to explore this exciting program. So thank you for being here, Cal. We are also here with some folks that you can't see in video, but will be in our chat box. So a big thank you to Lisa and our enrollment team for being here and helping answer any questions that come from today's session. Before we get into the agenda, we would like to know a little bit about you, who you are. So please text on our chat box and let us know where are you joining from. By the way, I'm joining from Victoria, beautiful British Columbia. You can also tell us what sector you're currently in. So while the introduction starts coming in, I will explore how our day is going to look like. Next, we will move into a brief exploration of the Royal Roads University experience, then move into a program overview, and cap off with the application process and requirement walkthrough. Of course, we will leave time at the end of today's session for any questions that have come up, but please feel free to pop questions in the chat box as they come up for you. We're more than happy to engage as they come. Thank you, Tilly and Joseph. So what we value here at Royal Roads University, we see life as a qualification. Our doors were open with the purpose of doing things differently, and they remain open with that purpose. You will find here profs who know your name and encourage communications. And equally important, our learning is based on life, which means our students are the ones that bring real challenges to the workplace, into the classroom. You will find here also connections for life, and you will see we were built differently with so many reasons, including our online learning component from the very beginning. Let me jump into our space. I want to talk a little bit about our beautiful space here. Here you can see some photos of our iconic buildings, the Hadley Castle on the left side. Close by, we have our Japanese gardens on the bottom left, Charlie's Trail, and on the right, we have the Squamble Lagoon located in front of our castle. We are really lucky to have this beautiful physical space here. But besides this, we have actually been moving in online learning for over 25 years as well. So with that, I'll pass the microphone over to Cal to tell us more about this program.
Thanks, Francisco, and nice to meet everybody on the call. I'm Calvin Roberts. I'm the Associate Director with Professional and Continuing Studies, and I'm on the traditional lands of the Lekwungen and Squamble people today. I'm actually in my office for on campus, which is a real delight. And I'm also pleased to say that this upcoming offering of the graduate certificate will have an in-person residency for the first time since the pandemic. So that's really exciting for me. I can tell you a little bit about the intentions of our graduate certificates in general. We have certificates which are very much applied and relevant, intensive programming in specific skill sets and areas. So in addition to the project management graduate certificate, we have certificates in executive coaching, change management, organization design and development, and a host of other programs which are short, intensive programs and really allow our students to live and work and learn at the same time. So the project management program has been around at the university for, I think, over 20 plus years now. I've been connected to the program since 2009 and work closely with the faculty to deliver the program since then. And of course, it's come under a lot of revisions as the project management and the nature of project management and how we manage projects changed over the last 15, 20 years. And so it really does get updated quite a lot based on common understanding and new ways of doing things. So next slide, please, Francisco. So the biggest question and the title of the webinar is why project management? And one of the major aspects of project management is that it's a transferable skill set. So it doesn't matter if you're in finance, it doesn't matter if you're in natural resources, and it doesn't matter if you're in any other area or industry. A project is a project, and so how you manage that project needs to have solid principles and backgrounds. And so it makes it a very desirable skill set, not just in BC, not just in Canada, but also globally, because it is aligned with the Project Management Institute. So we're an authorized training provider with that organization, which means as a global organization, it means our curriculum has been vetted by that organization to ensure that if you are taught to manage a project through the PMI kind of way in Victoria, Canada, the same principles will apply in Asia or Europe or South America, wherever you go. So it makes it a very, very flexible, adaptable, and scalable skill set that you have to be able to manage projects. So one of the pieces with project management that's been emerging over the last sort of few years is the recognition of different ways of managing projects, and also the aspect of bringing in more principles around time, scope, and money, but also recognizing that people play a huge role in managing projects. And so what you see there is the talent triangle, which PMI, Project Management Institute, kind of came out with a couple of years ago to kind of show the three areas of project management and how they define managing projects. So you have leadership, strategic, and business management, and then technical components about the proficiencies in the technical skills, MS project, those kinds of things. What they've recognized over the new edition of the PMBOK, which has gone to its 7th edition, is those pieces are kind of changing. And so the knowledge areas that were in the previous versions of the PMBOK and what they've previously been using are sort of more evolving into performance domains. And by the nature of calling it performance domains means that there's a bigger emphasis on people and performance. And so this shift happened with the latest version of the PMBOK, which I have right here. And we've integrated that into the new offering as well. So you'll see that in September start. Next slide, please. So again, moving more into why project management, these are some of the areas that you need to manage projects. Obviously, with a program that's 6 months long, a lot of the kind of power skills that you're seeing there, we integrate into the program in different ways. So you won't get, there won't be a session on agile and hyper agile. It will be integrated into other activities and sessions that you have. So there's a way to kind of look at all of these things in a way that it aligns with project management. And I want to point out too that this program is not necessarily an exam that will enable you to pass the project management PMI exam. The exam itself is administered through Project Management Institute. It's the certification that you become as a project management professional. It's PMP, which is desirable, and that's kind of where most people want to go to. But this program is for those people who want to learn how to manage projects effectively and not necessarily to pass an exam. So while it does align, and the content obviously aligns with the PMI and the PMP certification, it is definitely not an exam prep course. We have one of those through continuing studies as well, but we recommend that if students want to complete their PMP, that they also take an exam prep course, hopefully with us, but wherever they are and however they choose to do that, that's a separate piece from managing the project. So next slide, please. So again, this is who the program is for. It's for you. It's for people all over the world who are looking to manage projects. One of the faculty members in the program said once, if you are planning a wedding, you're managing a project. And so what we mean by that is that it doesn't matter how big or how small your project is. We're managing, all of us who are working professionals manage projects every single day. What we're trying to do is have some common structure and some common language around how to do that. So it doesn't matter whether you're managing a construction project or whether you're managing a wedding, the principles are the same. And so we'll teach you those principles in a more applied and effective way so that you're able to go and do your job better and manage projects better in wherever it is in your life. Next slide, please. So again, here are some of the learning outcomes from the program. The outcomes themselves, obviously, it's the assessed piece. The program is, I would say, the program itself has a lot of learning outcomes. These are kind of the main ones, but it really is a lot about the individual themselves. So what you bring to the program. So in your cohort, you will have diverse groups. You will have people from mixed backgrounds and mixed opportunities to have conversations with people and network from all over the world, because there will be somebody coming into the program who is managing a finance project, in Toronto. And then you'll also be in the same group of somebody who may be doing an environment or an ecology project in BC and globally as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to network and for you to have conversations and learn different perspectives from other people in the program. Next slide, please. So this is just a breakdown of the program. It's 9 credits in total. There are 3 courses: PGMN 500, PGMN 501, and PGMN 502. They run from September all the way through to it'll be March. Will be your residency. The final residency of the program, 3 days, will be virtual. We recognize that, and I know that Chilwa on the call is from the MGM program and has probably had a residency already, and so having multiple residencies is challenging face-to-face for people to travel, particularly in a pandemic and post-pandemic. So we've actually made the second residency virtual for this program so that you don't have to come back here. But we found that with the evaluations, the learning experience from that virtual experience is almost exactly the same, if not better than the face-to-face evaluations. So we're obviously, with the university having access to Moodle and Zoom and the tools are available to enable your learning online, it means that we're able to provide you with a really fantastic learning experience, not necessarily having to come to campus. So that's one of the benefits of the program. So as we said there's 2 residencies. One is face-to-face and one is virtual, 6 months in length, 18 weeks online. The courses are the 9-week courses will be done asynchronously. There'll be sessions and webinars and opportunities for you to connect with your team during that time, and we'll use a learning management system called Moodle. Next slide, please. Again, that's just showing you the courses. And again, I like this graphic because it shows the integration between the 2. Yes, there's a linear way of delivering the courses, but one course really connects to the other one. So PGMN 500 is a kind of a bookend, kind of bookends the program. So it runs all the way through. So project management is the PGMN 500 is where we, because of the face-to-face components within it, whether virtual or face-to-face, it's where we kind of have a lot of the kind of people side of the program. The content about stakeholder management, change management, and those kinds of things. There's lots of interactive activities during that 5 days, plus in your pre-residency, you'll have an opportunity to meet your team. And then PGMN 501 and 502 are the courses which are online, but also are where we get into the kind of the more technical and more tangible, tactical components of project managing, into work breakdown structure, critical path analysis, those kinds of things. Next slide, please. So again, we are affiliated with an authorized training provider with the Project Management Institute. We work very closely with them to make sure that our curriculum is aligned with our project management body of knowledge and what their principles. And so from this program, you can go forward and become a member of the Project Management Institute, and that will apply globally. And for those students who are already PMPs, which we do get sometimes, you can get some professional development units from taking this program. So the courses themselves have PDUs attached to them. So for students taking these courses, using them to meet the requirements of their existing PMP credential, they can apply the professional development units to that. Next slide, please. And again, the flexibility and the adaptability of this program is really where we're the benefit of the program, because you can take this program and apply the credits to other programs in the university. So for example, if you're a Master's in Global Management student, you can use this course to satisfy the requirements and get a specialization. or get a graduate certificate on top of getting the MGM credentials. So it's a way of kind of stacking your credentials, but still maintaining that continuity between the existing program. You'll use the same Google platform, you'll use the same Google shell, and you'll have the same, I would say, learning experience because of the way that Royal Roads approaches teaching and facilitation. So the experiential learning is a big part of that. Again, the flexibility piece too, so you will have students in the program who just want to take one course, not all three. And so if you are a busy person and you have many things going on at the moment and you are curious about your ability to commit to a 6-month program, you can actually take the 2 9-week courses individually and then apply to the program once you've completed them to receive your credentials. So lots of flexibility, lots of adaptability. We recognize that the students in the program have busy lives and families, and I would say that the average age of the student is probably about 35 to 40, although we are seeing that getting a little bit younger now. And really it's for those folks who have been in careers for a few years now and want to take that next step into managing people and projects, and so they have the ability to take this program, and again, it's a desirable skill set to have on your resume. So that's a little bit about the program. Lisa is the lady with the links in the chat box, and so she will be able to answer any of your questions or post the question in there for me, and I'm happy to answer them as we talk through the application process on the next slide. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Carl. Yes, we'll dive into the application overview now. But if anyone has questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box as we're moving forward here. We like to start by letting you know what the admissions requirements are. Here at Royal Roads, we have 2 admission pathways, the standard admissions as well as our flexible admissions. So standard admissions require us the completion of either an undergraduate 4-year or comparable degree, or a graduate degree in arts, business, environmental studies, or another related field, and at least 3 years of relevant full-time work experience. Now let's look at the flexible admissions. Flexible admissions can also be conceptualized as the professional pathway. So for those learners who may not have a traditional academic background, but have been working in their field for a set period of time and have acquired that lived experience that is so relevant and appreciated in our classrooms, we normally require at least 5 years of relevant full-time work experience. We do assess our flexible admissions on a case-by-case basis. So if you're interested in learning more about what flexible admissions could mean for you, please connect with our offices, as we are more than happy here to help you explore that. Let's jump into the application. So here we have a quick snapshot of the application process. It begins with an online application, which includes a fee of $131.39. And once that's in, we then look for some supporting documents. So as you can see here, we look for official transcripts, a personal statement, a detailed resume, as well as 2 letters of reference. If you go to our website, we have some guiding questions as to what you should look at answering in that document. For detailed resume, we have some information as to how that can be structured. And for the official transcripts and the letters of reference, we have some guidance about how those documents can be submitted to. So upcoming intakes, we are just around the corner to the start of this program. So this program will begin on September 19, putting this application deadline at August 19, 2022. Or you can also prepare for our next year intake that will take place on February 20. So if you have any questions about upcoming intakes, please connect with us. We can provide with that information. On this same slide, you can also see who you should be connecting with. So you can connect to learn that more at royalroads.ca. And let me talk a little bit about financial aid. Our financial aid and awards specialists have resources available to you both internally and externally. So if you like to learn more about loans, awards, scholarships, or other types of funding, please connect with our financial aid awards specialist. Here on the slide, we have their website noted, as well as their direct phone lines. They are very excited to hear from all of you. And with that, we have come to the end of the presentation portion of our webinar today. So I'm just gonna share with you the contact information. We have also a QR code here that you can scan to talk directly through WhatsApp, our phone numbers, and email. So thank you so much for being here.